Hello, how's it going?
I'm gonna actually have you scoot your chair just ever so slightly.
Am I framed up okay? Operates better in low light situations. This 85, it's bananas, like the bokeh on it.
Got us thinking outside the box a bit. We'll see if it works.
I'm gonna push this ISO a little bit to see. Dang, these lenses are sharp. So what I want to give me like a little bit of little fierceness there. Yep. I've said this probably 10 times during this filming, but the lenses are beyond reproach. They are sharp, the autofocus is incredible, they're lightweight, how fast I can switch back and forth. All of these things lend themselves to us having a successful shoot. It's 85, it's bananas, like the bokeh on it is crazy. All these lights popped on, so we're getting all this compression, all these like beautiful splotches of color. The lights are behind these flags. There's color everywhere, it's matching with her skirt and her eyes and everything. Combination of this new camera body that obviously it's an optimized sensor and everything is we got higher megapixels, but it also operates better in low light situations. We're pairing that with the VCM lens, which I can shoot 1.4, and showed me just how incredible the bokeh is on this, perfectly round orbs. I think what I'm gonna do is switch to the 35. In my mind, I have a certain idea of how things should look. Luckily, I have 5 other lenses to choose from if the 35 isn't it for me, but I have a feeling that the 35 and the 85 are gonna be a great combination here. I'm shooting wide open, so I'm getting kind of like this environmental, like beautiful kind of just colors and shapes and hues behind her, but I'm gonna push this ISO a little bit to see how far we can go and get a clean image. I know that the image is gonna be sharp, but I wanna see how it's gonna do paired with the camera that's working beyond what we would previously have been considered optimal.
Those were cool. Ooh, I like that. Super cool, super kind of high fashion-ish.
New venue, we have plenty of time, so we don't need to rush into anything. I'm just gonna keep it wide and kind of find some frames and some compositions that I like, and then we'll start to progress through the set a bit more. Definitely a bit of a challenge shooting this kind of run and gun doc style work on primes, but it was a fun creative exercise, and we really got to know the gear and the limits because of that. And one of the great parts about these lenses is their size and how they're the same size and how they're so small, so we can swap them out super easily on the gimbal. So we brought the gimbal out. We're trying to find a creative way to use it. We were thinking, why don't we try a bit of a oneer? We can shoot through this window here and then pull back and follow her right in. We'll see if it works. But yeah, this is just like another fun thing to try with these lenses. If we were just shooting on our normal zooms, we probably wouldn't have had this idea. Got us thinking outside the box a bit, so I'm excited to see how this turns out. Our guy Joey behind the camera just had a great idea, and we're gonna turn on open gate for this. We might as well give ourselves as much room, because we don't have an opportunity really to rehearse this, so I hope my framing is good, but there's a real chance that it's not perfect. So we'll have a little bit extra room here to play with in post. It's not a ton, but it definitely helps. It's a game changer having these. I don't even bring other primes and larger lenses because to me it's not worth it. But with these being so small and light, it's not that big of a deal to toss in the bag and bring for a travel job like this.
As far as the R6 Mark III, I really feel like we put this thing through its paces. This is a small venue. If anyone's ever shot in a small venue, you know that available light is minimal to none. So it's a matter of how well does it perform at higher ISO, and that in combination with the availability to shoot wide open gave us not only clean, sharp images, but not a lot of digital noise. I mean, that's clean.
Low lights performing?
Low lights performing. I mean, I'm shooting 4000 ISO, and like I'm going in to look in the dark places for that telltale kind of like wobbly look to it, and it's not there. It's clean. The ISO, for years we've been so worried about pumping it up past 2500, at least for photographers, or 3200, but like these new cameras have the capability to pump up this ISO, and because it's a little lower megapixel, you get a little bit more room, a little bit more information, a little bit more dynamic range. So 4000 ISO, 1.4 obviously helps, right? But it's still clean, it's sharp, and yeah, I'm beyond pleasantly surprised. From a photo standpoint, there's like no notes, okay? The camera performed to how I needed the camera to perform. There were never moments where I was like, I wish it was doing something a little better.
Like any gear, like any lens, nothing's perfect, but there is definitely a place for this in our workflow. I mean, we kind of already felt that coming in, but after this weekend, could not be more convinced that these are just a great tool to have access to.
It just allows me to do my job. These are tools that I use to do my job, and when you feel comfortable with the tools that you're working with, you're allowed to be creative. You're allowed to move through and shoot without thinking about, can this camera do this? It just allowed me to do what I know how to do. And so yeah, I'm extremely happy with the R6 Mark III, with the VCM primes. Yeah, it couldn't have gone any better.